All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. Alrighty then, back on our video, Ryan. Let's talk about Kyle Kuzma thinking, I think I'm Jayson Tatum, Paul Pierce. So apparently it's reported that Kyle Kuzma views himself as Jayson Tatum type of talent. Alright, that he wants to leave the Lakers to prove that he got that talent. Also, they said he was beefing with Dennis Schroeder, which probably neither one of them going to be back in LA next year, at least with the Lakers. Let's get to it. Rumors: Los Angeles Lakers Kuzma's bonkers hot take comparing himself to Jayson Tatum. All right, it was a season of disappointment and injury for the Los Angeles Lakers that saw them exit the first round of the playoffs via the Phoenix Suns. The season for Kyle Kuzma individually was a roller coaster ride on the court that saw some high spots and plenty of deflating performances. With his future in LA uncertain, the Lakers potentially look to make moves in the offseason that could send Kuzma elsewhere. While comparison has been floating around the Lakers Chat podcast, the comparison is one that Kyle Kuzma may have made himself. Quote, I think Kuzma perceived himself as someone like Jayson Tatum, Eric Pincus, on the recent episode of the Lakers Side Chat podcast. Quote, I think that's how he views himself, and that's great. You should view yourself as one of the best young players in the league. Okay, so we can stop there. And I think, you know, they want to say we want to say I was glad there to be a part of the championship team, which that wasn't a real championship. Nobody watched that. And it was the bubble, and the bubble don't count. You got people in my comments saying, well, if the bubble don't count, this don't count. Why don't it count? Because you talking about injuries, both Joel Embiid and Kyle Kuzma. I mean, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons was hurt in the bubble. We talking about injuries, and Kyrie was hurt in the bubble, and KD was hurt in the bubble. So, I mean, this championship run, they had travel. So they had travel, they had home court advantage, you know. So, and they had crowds. So, but I mean, he should view himself that way, man. How old is Jayson Tatum, man? So let's see. I think he around the same age. Let me see how old Jayson Tatum is. Boy, my typing been off. So Jayson Tatum is 23. So just turned 23. So Kyle Kuzma 25, right? Can he be like Jayson? Yeah, I think one of the best things that happened for Brandon Ingram, and more so Brandon Ingram than Kyle Kuzma and Josh Clark, Jordan, whatever his name, Josh Hart. One of the best things was getting traded to New Orleans. The only bad thing was Tatum need the ball in his hand, Lonzo need the ball in his hand. Not Tatum, but Lonzo and Ingram need the ball in their hand. But one thing worked out for Ingram, he bust out in New Orleans. He wasn't gonna never fit with LeBron. When you play with LeBron, either you got to be a slasher, or you got to be able to spot up and shoot. So I mean, that's one of the things you look at. You got to be a slasher, or you got to spot up and shoot. But when you look at Ingram, he more of a guy that like to get his own shot. He's a rhythm shooter. You dribble and get your. I know he's from the same place as Jerry Stackhouse, Kinston, North Carolina. But if you look, he put up the same numbers he did last year, his All-Star year. He shot 38% from the field. His All-Star year shot 39.1. From the floor, he shot 46.6. He shot higher from the floor than he did his All-Star year. Rebounds, he had a little bit more rebounds. His All-Star, he had more assists this year than his All-Star year. So, you know, it really wasn't no drop-off. He had less fouls and had less turnovers. So this year, he might have had a better year, just that New Orleans just didn't win. He averaged 24, 4.9 assists and rebounds. So, you know, 46.6% from the field, over 38% from the three. And he shot over 87% from the field. So, I mean, he averaged less turnovers and less personal fouls. So, arguably, Brandon Ingram had a better year this year. You know? So, you know, like I said, it was the best thing to come from him is to get out of LeBron's shadow. That was the best thing, is get out of LeBron's shadow. LeBron needed the ball for him to tick. Ingram needed the ball for him to tick. Ingram went to New Orleans and made the best of it. Stayed healthy. I mean, played every game the previous year. Missed 1 game missed 11 games this year. So he been balling. And that's what happened for him. He had an opportunity to when you play with LeBron, that's gonna hurt young players. You know, LeBron got to play with established players. That's why they traded Deion Waiters and they traded Andrew Wiggins. Because Deion needed the ball in his hands, and, you know, Wiggins had to find his way. Well, he still ain't found his way. But, that's the biggest difference, man. So when Kuzma goes somewhere else and he be able, even if it's to a bad team, I think he's going to break out and have better numbers than he had this year. You got to remember, he playing with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And he being subjected to a spot-up shooter. Once you allow him to post up, once you allow him to get the ball on the elbow or on the perimeter, allow him to put the ball on the ground and get his own shot, I think Kuzma is better than he playing in LA. Honestly, I think it's been proven that he had better years than he had this year. I mean, yeah, last 2 years been a career low. 16 points this rookie year, almost 19 points the next year. Then LeBron get there. So I do think it's for his benefit. I'm not saying he's gonna be on a Tatum level, but I think you send him somewhere. I mean, somewhere like the Pelicans, or even somewhere like Houston, or somewhere like Dallas. I think Dallas did the same thing with Luka. But you send him somewhere like the Knicks or something, that'd be perfect. You play Randall at the 4 or the 3. You play Kuzma at the 4. The Knicks should be trying to get him, because then I think you got a bona fide number 2 scorer in Kyle Kuzma potentially. I think Kuzma could be a number 2. You bring over Lillard. So Lillard, Kuzma, Randall, Mitchell Robinson to get healthy, RJ Barrett. I think that's a team that can win the East eventually if they bite down defensively. So I think that's that's smart for him, man. But that's what I would do if I'm the Knicks. I think Kuzma could be an all-star. I think his ceiling is, you know, maybe all-star, maybe could be a superstar. I mean, even him in Philly, that'd be a good look, because he can handle the ball, he can post up. I don't think he Tatum, but I think the gap will be close. He goes somewhere else. It's hard to play with LeBron. When you play with LeBron, you're a spot-up shooter. When you play with LeBron, you subjective to be a spot-up shooter. I think Kuzma could put the ball on the ground, he could post. I think the Knicks would be an ideal place for him. Only issue with that is him and Thibodeau gonna clash, because he got to play some defense. But I think right away, I think he could be the number 2 scorer next to Damian Lillard in the Knicks. But they think they're going to get a whole bunch for Kuzma, just like the 76ers think they're going to get a whole bunch for, what's the old boy name? For Ben Simmons, and it ain't going. It ain't working. I don't think they're going to get so much for Kuzma like they think they is. So, I mean, we got to wait and see. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Don't forget you find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description, Facebook group link there. If you want to advertise on the channel, video request, chop it up. Or just reach out, hit me up, want to make a financial donation. Cash App, CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal, link in the description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe, all the links there. Check the NBA Talk playlist out. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Peace.